another match point.
Incredible third set here.
They changed their strategy a little bit and they fought their way back in.
There it is, game, set, and match. Hello and welcome to the 2024-25 APTA Tour, and we're live from the Weston Golf Club in Weston, Massachusetts, bringing you the 2025 Boston Open, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsors Volley and Corient. Tournament support has been provided by the following local sponsors: our platinum sponsors Pure Hockey and Weston Golf Club, and our gold sponsors Bully Boy Distillers, Labor, Worcester Air Conditioning, and our silver sponsors Aureus Asset Management and Narragansett Beer and Xenon Paddle. And special thanks to Rob Coster from Court Pro, who's helped the APTA for years by graciously moving umpire chairs around the East Coast for tour events. I'm Brad Easterbrook alongside Will Colmar, bringing you men's quarterfinal round action between our number 2 seeds of Nunez and Powers against Fraser and West. Will, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, what's going on, Brad?
Oh, it's a good day out here. Glad to have you.
Looks like the weather cleared up.
Yeah, but there's more rain coming in. You know, it's supposed to be up there. I was just talking to our umpire, Mike Yachimsky, up in the chair, and he's ready with his rain gear. He thinks it's going to come, and once it comes, it's going to stay. So the last match had a drizzle, but it's definitely going to be coming, apparently.
Wow. Okay. Well, let me do a quick rundown of our players. As you mentioned, Mike Yachimsky in the chair on this one. We've got the team of Fraser and West. So Tyler Fraser on the ad side, white pullover with the blue stocking cap on right now. And let's see, we get a shot of Eric West. There he is in the vest on the deuce side, far side there. You can see him, lefty, taking the serve across court. We've got Guillermo Nunez in the near side, black pullover vest, another lefty, and then his partner, Mark Powers, probably doesn't need much of an introduction in the blue top. Looks like a blue jacket right now. He's got to get warmed up.
Introducing the players to my right.
We have let's
Cincinnati, Ohio,
listen in real
Tyler
quick.
Fraser. His partner on the deuce, also from Cincinnati, Eric West. To my left, on the ad side from New York, Mark Powers. His partner on the deuce, also from New York, Guillermo Nunez.
A nice little player profile. We should have just let him do it.
And they will receive.
All right, so there's Mike Yachimsky giving us the rundown. Will, what were you saying? What do you think about this match?
Yeah, this will be a really interesting one. I don't know that I've ever seen these guys play, and I don't think I saw anything of them playing in the past. I'm sure at some point they've all been on the court together, but I'm not sure in this pairing. Do you know?
No, they haven't played against each other in this pairing yet.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a match with 4 incredible shot makers. You know, Fraser and West, they really have everything. You know, spin overheads, great serves, great drives, can cut finish balls, very good volleyers. And the same can be true of Powers and Nunez, you know, our defending national champions. So I expect this to be really the guys bringing out their A games, you know, trying to see who can dominate with their shot making. And then whoever's having less of a, more of a problem with it, will probably dial it back and see what they can, create by slowing the points down. But it's probably a haymaker match, with
I agree.
Spins and cuts everywhere.
But it's also interesting, you've got lefty-righty combo on both sides, so you have quite a few ways to dial up your kind of offense at the net. And then the thing that I also find interesting, you got 2 guys with incredible hands in Tyler Fraser and Guillermo Nunez, who love making blitz plays, moving in and getting handsy at the net. So definitely all the tools are out on the table. See how this one kind of unwinds as the match as we get into the match. But I do think you have a lot of dynamic offense on both sides. So whenever you have that, it's a really interesting question of how that's going to unfold.
Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, how it unfolds in here. But Powers and Nunez have spent the seasons kind of like working out how they want to play, and they do want to play the game in a quicker fashion, with more attacking. The last time they were able to win the Fairfield Open a couple of weeks ago, but their opponents oblige them to also playing fast. And when you come at them, they are really lights out volleyers. So no matter what the offense is out here, they're going to have to still set up some points with some lobs, right? Because these guys are lights out volleyers if they know the drive's coming. All right, so here we go. Eric West to start our match. He's serving there to Guillermo Nunez. All right, and we are underway.
Pretty good flush up on the net there from West. Stuffed that volley. Also be interesting to see how these guys continue to serve, because you saw a decent amount of underhand roller serves in warm-up, and I think each of these guys hit it at some point. So starting off with cut overheads is Eric West. Or cut serves, rather.
Yeah, now you see a couple of Powers forehands. He's going hard and heavy to start here. He's feeling out his drive. He can go fast and hard, spin it up into the body. He loves to use multiple shots and speeds, and it comes from a very quick position. Missed his first 4 or 5, so there goes that first game. Good hold there for West.
They lead 1-love first set.
And both Tyler and Eric do like to get pretty flush up on the net for their volleys, so you've seen already a couple times. Despite Powers' heavy drive, Eric got up there, able to get on top of the volley. So I do think that is an area they probably are a little bit more proficient in, or at least I've seen them display that habit more than Nunez Powers, of getting point blank on the net with some of those. But oof.
No, West was waiting to see if he could get it around the post.
15-love.
And it just never quite got there.
Let's see. Every post is different. Some of them are 2.5 boards out, some are 1.5. This looks like 1.5, so you could get a couple more of those.
Look at Fraser's positioning, standing inside the court. What he's really trying to do is make it quicker. Block the ball up, make everything happen in a faster zone. Yeah, and all these guys can hit it off all wings. Fraser's better wing is his backhand wing, but the forehand's gotten, better over the years. It used to be people would push it there and bait him to hit it. Now he hits it, and he's pretty fast with it. He's pretty good. West, he hit both sides. Hit it hard, hit it with spin. The thing is, these guys volley, all of them, so well that you really, the concern I would have is people over-pressing on their drives.
Yeah, I could totally see that. As you just saw Tyler trying to get in behind one of those lobs there. See a few more of those moves, I'm sure.
Ooh.
When Powers loads up for his overhead, you see that shoulder just drop way down, and he can hold that thing really well and generate a massive amount of spin. That's a beautiful motion.
Yeah, it's sort of, he just cocks the racket up, shoulder turn in there, and then from that position, he can release it a variety of ways. And that's the one issue Powers and Nunez have had the most need to work on. They got the lefty-righty thing, and they both can volley off both hands. And they love to, oh boy. Yep, and there you go, Eric West making a blitz play, and it didn't work out so well for him.
40-50.
We had to put it on replay, didn't we?
Yeah, let's see that again. As Nunez reads the replay, and he quickly gets up to catch the ball above the net, and he realizes he's got an offensive foul, and he just tees him up. And it was a great play. And we'll see if he continues that later on in the match. Yeah, Nunez got a still good smile on his face there. Yeah, does he need a minute? I guess not. He's tougher than he looks. That's a good, nice ball there. I think it got the corner.
Like that.
Bad play from Powers. He's waiting too long, and he was waiting for the out call there. He was expecting that ball wide, and it wasn't. And then Nunez has got to lob that because Powers is nowhere near a position.
Yeah, especially with a team that's willing to close as hard as Fraser and West.
That's a tough one. Great dig. Yeah, these guys can all hit spin. They know how to read the spin.
You've seen an incredible variety of overheads already, and with as many tools in the backcourt as each of these teams had, I don't think they're going to be able to get into patterns where they can just continue to pepper one area of the court. They're going to have to be pretty creative the whole time.
Yep, no, I agree with you. And all these guys have skill sets that are, where they understand how to use overheads and progression. And you're right, they're going to be mixing it up on everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Blitz, yep. Sliding.
Oh, yeah, he's gliding out there.
Sticking. This is an incredible point. And this is exactly what we'd expect to see from these guys. Just the ability to move, blitz, counter. Love those little quick flat over, forehands there from Fraser.
Love that from Nunez. He feels Fraser creeping in and hits a hard cut behind him and glues him back behind the line. Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's a surprising move. Wow, what a get from West. Follows it up with gets a high forehand. He's a little late on it.
Game Nunez Powers scores 1-all first set.
All right, so a lot of action right off the bat.
Yeah, and a lot of matchups. You have to wait some time until the players are fully prepared to get the shot making. Not this one. See it right out the gate.
Yeah, and these guys need to hit to find their range hitting. I mean, Powers, he missed 3-4 forehands in that first game. He's not going to continue missing 3-4 forehands. What he's doing is calibrating.
See Eric closing very hard again. West is
ready
to get up there. Yep.
Yeah, he's trying to create there. Generally speaking, for the average player, and these guys are not average at all, but you want to create when you have the advantage, not when the other guy's got the control on his paddle with the ball. You can make something there, but you're apt to make more errors than not. That's a great carver. That's just perfection right there. So
15-30.
get a replay. but we're going to
beautiful.
see a lot of those today, so we probably won't even need one. There might be one at this point here. That's a
Good pressure.
move.
15-40.
Good pressure from Nunez. He's constantly pushing forward. And the mistake a lot of people make, he was trying to hit a waterfall from too far back there. You got to go through his feet a little. And the pressure exists in that you can try to go through his feet, but then he'll volley it anyway. And sometimes he'll do a quick lob volley and stand there. If you get it up a little, he'll actually dink it and blitz. But you can get him sometimes standing in. You can use that positioning against him. But still, like you said.
Yeah, one of those things that I always had trouble with as a player is deciding whether or not the call out helps my partner. If the guy gets the right break, you got to call that thing right as he's about to hit, which is always tough. I don't know, you can change your mind about your stroke right as you're entering contact, but it looks like they're gonna. Oh, that's a great ball.
Wow.
Game Nunez Powers. They lead 2-1, first set.
Yeah, just incredible shot making there. He takes that early down ball. And you'd think a lot of times with a player like Nunez, Nunez and Powers, they're not particularly tall, right? So you can think you can bounce it over their head, but he's constantly looking for that. Like you try to bounce the ball up and down over him, he is pressing forward, and he's so good at one-timing the ball as it's bouncing up into his paddle that you can get suckered into that.
Well, and then the timing actually works against you. So it's a very tricky play. Obviously, somebody like Graham loves standing in, doing that, got a lot of range. But Nunez, I've seen him take balls that are going to be incredible waterfalls and just pick them off.
Yeah, so far on the blitz plays, and this is something we should actually kind of almost keep track of here. I'm going to put you on that, Will. You're the blitz.
Yep.
You're the blitz tracker. Do you think that West and Fraser have had the better of blitz plays or not the better so far?
They haven't. I don't think they've done it as much from the baseline yet as I kind of suspected they would, but I don't feel one way or the other yet. It's something definitely to track throughout the course of this match.
Yeah, because for me, I think it's a play they're going to want to use, and I've seen them get stuffed a couple of times and had not the benefit yet. So it's got to be something they're going to have to watch for, and both these teams are going to watch for. And yet the forward moves have worked a little better so far for Powers Nunez. I don't think it's an easy team to blitz, actually, Powers Nunez, even as good as Fraser West are.
I see the spin just pulling off the back wire. I mean, is that? I know we changed the paddles, but did we check that one?
You mean is it legal?
Yeah.
You think he's using an illegal spin forward paddle?
I don't look at that thing pulling off the
on
screen right now. It's not even that warm, right? I mean.
Nah, but it's warm enough. It's 40 degrees out here. It's really
okay.
You got a lot of players in shorts out here. It's really not bad. Plenty of ability to cut the ball and carve it out here today. Yeah, both these guys are lighting up some pretty good spin. That's going to really die into him. That is just sick.
Oh, no.
That is just sick. The two shots in combination. And Fraser, who knows spin as well as anybody, he's getting eaten alive. And the ball's moving so slow, but you don't think it's going to be that slow. So he could have taken it off the deck, but then you got to deal with the spin off the deck. Just good.
Well, and the other thing that's incredible about this matchup is in a lot of matchups you have one guy who is incredible at generating the spin.
30,
Here,
50.
all four of these guys do it, and they're mirrored lefty-righty pairings on each side. So you have all the spin variety you could ever imagine in this matchup. Oh, that's
again.
good. I mean, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a hands from
catches.
Powers. They got him on the ground. Nice job. I mean, you can't play it any better than Tyler Fraser did there. You know, just incredible hands from Mark Powers.
Working into a little bit of a pattern with Tyler now on that deuce side, which is, this is also interesting because they've been playing reversed and they haven't switched out of this. Maybe they just want to give him a new look.
Yeah, it's good. There's a switch
there
back.
we go.
No, but they can do it either way.
Yeah, actually curious about that. Oh my goodness.
Filthy.
From 3/4 back in the service
40,
box
50.
too. I mean,
Yeah, that is just a perfect overhead. I like the point they play. They make one mistake, a short lob, but they're getting Powers to hit a high-risk, high-reward shot. He got that one, and right now they're on cylinders, but you got to think over time everything has, like, he's got to miss a couple, right? And we got to be able to hang in and defend. But right now what they are not able to do is control any points from the backcourt.
Game Nunez Powers.
And Nunez
they lead
Powers
3
are
games
just
to 1.
firing
First set.
in ridiculous overheads against them.
yeah, they have definitely not gotten great drive looks of any kind, which if you're able to neutralize West and Tyler like that, that's incredible.
Speaking of neutralize, that's a
15 low.
huge serve right into the Nunez body. And West has got to be a little careful. You know, he plays against enough lefties to know as well, but he's got the Nunez forehand sitting there more in the middle, and he loves to hit that kind of ball that goes into the side and spins to the back wire. But Nunez is going to move over, and he's going to take him with his forehand some of the time. He's got to make sure it gets there. If it doesn't, he's going to be in trouble, and that's a great move.
15 all.
So that's our first, since we've mentioned in the blitz column, positive for Nunez Powers. Expect to see more of those. Another cheeky move there.
I think the way Nunez feels about it is, for the most part, any move that speeds up the point is a good move for him. Like, he wants it that way.
Yeah, that's where it's going to get really interesting to me because, again, like if you watch Tyler and Eric, Tyler and West, that is,
30,
sorry,
50.
Fraser West, you'll see both of them very willing to move up in the court even on some of those moves. So if they decide to kind of
40, 15.
get into those patterns, to me it's like rolling the dice. Just whoever's got better hands in the moment. It's another blitz move.
Eric West up to the task. Speaking of better
Fraser
hands.
West. Nunez Powers.
Yeah,
lead
that's what I'm
3
talking about. I
games
mean,
to 2.
by
First set.
many metrics, that's the one you want. Let's see,
Let's talk
we've got
about
a
one of our
little
sponsors.
Yeah, we've got some a lot of volley activity in the Chicago area. Did you know that volley has thrown 5 million balls to players working on their game? Don't get left behind. Get your reps in with volley. Whether it's day or night, you're in control of your training. Volley offers world-class training on demand, helping you sharpen your skills and level up your game whenever it fits your schedule. If you're ready to join the movement, start training smarter with Volley today. Love those volley machines.
They are great. All right, so again, that's Guillermo Nunez serving. Mark Powers hitting that overhead in the light blue, using the carver. Again, he's 0 for 2 on the around the post. I wonder if he's going to, like, now I got to get 2 more to just bring it back to even, or maybe he's going to put that one in his back pocket.
Yeah, sometimes you got to double down.
Right. Yes. Have you been known to double down, Will?
No, I've been known to quadruple down.
There you go. Yeah, doubling down, that's for, you know.
Yeah, amateurs.
That's for amateurs, weaklings.
Yeah, so
Where I
let's see.
came from. Yeah.
Good job poking around here. And this is maybe the one area that in my mind, Fraser and West can sort of look to create some form of offense with catching one of these guys off the net and just getting them to pop a volley a little bit. But because I don't see either one of Powers or Nunez right now getting too far up in that. Ooh, a little slide there on the court.
30-15.
What they have, and they will close it off, and Nunez will get flush to the net. Powers will too, but more on a spot occasion. He sees it coming, and he'll just be like, I'm in. But what they have that allows them to volley so, that makes them so effective at the net is great hands. Powers has the ability, and so does Nunez. They just stick their paddle in a spot. They just stand there, and they know when they can squeeze the paddle to kind of stick it right back at you, or deaden the paddle, and then all of a sudden they're volleying it short, and it's sort of, and just deaden it and put a little angle on it, and they sort of push it behind you. And they're really quite excellent at that, actually. Yeah. That's a great shot there. Blitz column for them.
30-0.
Well done.
Little let court love for Eric West.
All right, break point. Get this thing even. Great play. He knows that ball's going to spin back to the deuce side. So it's easier for Eric West to play that. Big backhand off the net. That's just masterful use of touch and control.
Oh my goodness.
Fraser wants it. He wants his own piece of it, and he
caught
gets
him in the shoulder. Yeah. You had 3 blitzes that point right there.
Yeah, we're going to put that one in the
Fraser West.
in the Fraser West column.
First set is tied 3-0. New ball, fellas.
So that was outstanding play there, and Fraser just showing his ability to blitz. And I think actually Powers was surprised he made that second foray. Like he was just pushing it and coming back in. He thought it was over. And here comes Fraser once again. And he
just
caught him off guard.
Ball, boys,
just keeps droning up and down the court. I mean, every time I've ever played Tyler Fraser, I just get a headache.
Love 15.
Yeah, he puts a lot of pressure
never
on
ends
you.
well.
Yeah, it's a pressure situation that gives you like a migraine because he's constantly moving forward on you. And like a lot of these guys, he does it economically. There's Powers forehand where it's not as hard as the other is. It's just got some spin, and you really have absolutely no idea where it's going to go. He might stick it flat at your body. He might spin it up into you. He might hit it through you, the middle. That's the flush to the net thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
From West.
Eric has been all over that on the lobs where they've unlocked Tyler.
Now you see Powers just flatten 2 out right at the bodies, and they're so accurate. It's like bang, bang, and then they switch the play, but it's happening too fast. He can't get back into the net, and it's just a little punch drive at his feet. Points are moving fast. They might have to start bailing every now and then.
I agree.
All right, so
just looked like just deep.
Game, Nunez Powers, they lead 4-3 first set.
Securing the break, and then just love game there for Powers Nunez, but shot making was off the charts. It seems the faster these points go, it's all going fast in both directions. I got to be honest. It's like these guys just the shot making, incredible.
Yeah, I would have bet on a quicker paced match with this. I don't really see either team, even if the score isn't really favoring them, which right now it's tight, so you kind of expect it to stay similarly paced, but I don't see either team really backing off the offensive weaponry.
Oh, what a spotted drive there from
15.
Eric West. That thing on a dime. They're making a simple switch. They do not expect that, and he just pumps into a perfect spot. Yeah, there's already been at least 10 highlight reel shots out here. You know, the issue in something, there's the softening of the hands. Great lob there from West.
Yeah.
You know, the issue is these guys are putting so much spin on the ball, and when somebody's spinning it, yeah, the secret is, yeah, lob better, get it ball deeper, but they're not able to control it to lob it better. And in some cases, if somebody's actually spinning you got to take one or two off the deck to stop the overheads. You know, like keep the ball lower. And it's not so simple. Like, it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. You know?
See, that's what was surprising me, because both Eric West and Tyler Fraser have really great ball tracking, and some of these that you see, especially Guillermo Nunez hitting, are screaming off the side, like the screen, so fast that they're not getting good enough quality lobs on this, and they're kind of stuck in a little bit of a hole. But yeah, again, like I was never able to do that to them. What the heck?
Well, we can talk about that off air, but we can get into it now if you'd like.
No, let's save that.
Let's skip that one. But,
yeah.
No, but these, but you're absolutely right. You know, these guys are putting some goose on it, and you've already made the contention that's an illegal paddle. So, you know.
Yeah. No, but they've been doing a good enough job with the spin on the overheads to keep the lob quality down on West and Fraser. So you can see a lot of these overheads being taken in the midpoint of the service box, and now they're just stuck in the mud.
Yeah, but they're defending here. They're just putting their heart into this. I mean, they're not controlling; they're defending.
100%. There's a better quality lob.
Yep. No, they've gotten a few in this point, but the moment they make one, it's like a flurry and a barrage. So that's a good ball, that off-pace one, to give them something to work with. He can hit that. Yeah, just the barrage. Relentless attacking overheads from Nunez Powers.
Can't even really blame West there for trying to get a little creative and figure out some way out of this cycle, because they're really having a tough time generating offense, consistent offense, that is.
Yeah, it's incredible. Very entertaining stuff.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's jumping back into him. And that one's going to do the same. Roller this time.
That ball Guillermo's hitting right through the middle is traveling a panel and a half over back to West. And as a reset overhead, I mean, it's incredible. You just can't do much with it.
Nice. Good, still a good move there from Fraser West. Oh, dig. Can he dig it? Tweener.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect use of the tweener. It was honestly the easiest way he could have gotten that.
Arguably the only.
Yep. And a great
15,
great
30.
play there. They kind of twist him up a little. He goes for the turnaround drive there. He kind of had it, but he was a little off balance. So Fraser West playing a beautiful point. Oh, and West makes the move, but he gets it bounced over
30 all.
top of the racket. Great little waterfall there. West was a hair's breadth from stuffing that right down their throats.
Little update. Looks like McNerney Morgan just through to the semis over Humphreys Oses Koenig 7-5, 6-2.
Yeah, it looked like a really entertaining match. A lot of high quality play. Oh, fadeaway backhand there from Powers. Trying to be
30-40.
tricky, and he was, but not always easy to execute. It's been a little tail of breaks here.
So a little bit of an established pattern now at the net for Powers Nunez. It does look like they're trying to get Nunez a few more of the overheads, although now we got a little shift in play.
Yeah,
But
they
I'd seen a lot.
work it both ways, but I think you're right. I think the idea is probably a little, a little more skewed in the Nunez way. Powers has done some damage and put away a bunch himself today. Here's the Carver that's going to go, like you said, a couple of panels, and then he follows it to the other side. Perfect combinations, but good defense. They're working it.
But this pattern to the deuce side with West, in my opinion, is going to really limit Tyler Fraser's ability to get in and put that pressure on the way he likes to. These are patterns, I think, on this ad side that I think West and Fraser want to get into a little bit more often. I think the problem is once they go into West's corner, it's harder for him to unlock with the down-the-line lob because of all the spin. That's a good rip, though.
Game Fraser West. We're tied 4-all first set.
Yeah, that was a great game. They hung around, played their defense, and eventually, if they don't hit the right shot, they will have an opportunity to do a counterattack off their attacking overheads.
Oof.
Oh, great dig there. Well done. That's just a monster forehand. Again, sliding. Look at this!
Oh, my goodness. Come on.
That was amazing. Right back and forth at each other. Great eye there. Powers gets out of the way, and he leaves it up to Nunez to figure it out.
Love 15.
But
I hope Eric West has the 6-month outsole warranty on his shoes.
yeah, he's sliding everywhere out there. Oh, great return from
Love 30.
Powers. A vintage shot there, but I hope we get that. Jay, can you get that volley exchange from that last point? No, we don't have that one? All right. That was outstanding.
Brad, do you think
15-30.
the bowls of Skyline chili that Eric West has before his match helps him move faster on the court?
I mean, Skyline Chili has been known to promote better movement. It's been studies.
Yeah.
It's a factual thing, so I'm glad you brought it up.
It's a great volley. Powers putting a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah, he'll make that move up the wire. That's an important move that he uses once in a while, but I think the key for him is to use it only once in a while. If he gets too enamored with it, he can actually put too many high-risk situations in play. That was out.
Yeah, it was. I think he called it.
Yep, called and confirmed by the
30
umpire.
all.
30 all. That was a big miss and a good leave. So close to almost a perfect kind of lob. Making him stretch.
Good leave.
Yeah,
40-30.
I think Powers was trying to actually frame him, like hitting his body super hard. And
Yeah.
that thing is moving at like Mach 20. Anything that's not right at your paddle, I don't even think he would have had the reflexes to try to hit it. Oh boy, tough finish to that game.
Fraser West, they lead 5-4, first set.
And Fraser West were down a break in that first set. They get it back 3-all, and now they get their first lead. And just a couple of, just a couple of loose errors, a couple of forces. Now we're right in it. Nunez and Powers to serve to stay in it. Really entertaining so far, Will.
Yeah, again, everything you're kind of hoping for in this matchup because of all of the different offensive weapons that each of these players bring. And again, just I'm kind of enamored by the variety that you get with lefty-righty combos on both sides, and one player on each team who's willing to make that blitz move. At least one player, sometimes all four. Look at this.
Yeah, and Powers goes from missing a couple right there to being like,
15 love.
hey, I don't miss that many. That's a rarity. I'm going right back at it.
Yeah, but to your
Absolutely
point, maybe
crushes
it was calibrating it, I mean, we are about a set in, so it should be pretty...
Calibrated.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, this has been just really entertaining stuff. About exactly what we would expect from these two teams. Incredible movement and action.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is it drizzling out there now?
Yep, it is. There is some rain coming in. And we got
So
it. You can actually tell, and you can see the steam now coming up from the court from your live stream view. Oh, that's right on the outside of the line. And I feel like the match like this is going to come down to some just good fortune.
all.
And that's just a great get. Nice stab get there. Yeah, we're getting some steam on there. Definitely going to start to affect play, I believe.
Yeah, and obviously one of the things, you've already seen these guys slide multiple times. You add a little layer of moisture to the court. That's going to make it hard for footing. Probably make it harder to set up on some of those hard cut overheads consistently, but also, probably affect some of the blitz movement. The one benefit for the cuts, of course, is that, you might get this thing to start hydroplaning and then points will end much quicker.
Yeah, when that happens, we'll know it. And guys won't even have to really cut the ball to make it hydroplane, right?
Right.
You just actually, you lessen your cut. You sort of just kind of chop it down and low. And anyone can make a ball hydroplane, whether you got a good spin overhead or not, once that starts happening. And that'll change the match dramatically. We're not there yet at all. And the one way you can tell here, our courts here at the Boston Open, especially in our Main Street 1 court here, it actually has these kind of whitish spots on them. Little light spots in there, and when those spots are gone, it means they're covered with water, right? And you can see this court is all blue here, right? All dark blue. So that court is now covered in film of water, and you can see the steam rising up in there. So it's definitely affecting and will affect play going forward. And I can tell you here, as I'm sitting here in the booth here, the atmosphere is heating up. Saturday night, like we talk about, is best night in any paddle tournament. The barbecue hits. People have a few drinks. Usually there's some tunes going. We haven't gotten to the tune spot yet, but I am on at 5:30. I got a set, going to sing a few tunes. So.
Speaking of Saturday night, the 2025 APTA Men's and Women's Nationals will start on Thursday night, and the finals from the Philly Cricket Club are scheduled for Saturday night, March 8th, unless of course we get any weather that pushes it back.
Right, so that Sunday is just going to be used as a day to deal with any weather-related issues. Otherwise, the whole event's going to be done on Saturday night. It's playing straight through from Thursday to Saturday, so a different change. Didn't used to be that way. Let it go, says Eric West.
Game Nunez Powers. Score is tied 5-all, first set.
And I tell you, I got to give props to Mike Uchimsky in the chair. Not only is he dealing with the rain, but he is very audible. He's not just blurting out the score. You can't hear him. He's got it going on.
So critical game now, back end of this first set. Got Tyler Fraser serving. Eric West, lefty cutting the overheads. Ad side in the blue pullover is Mark Powers, and in the black top on the deuce, far side, Guillermo Nunez.
Yeah, and it's getting to that stage in a match where frequently you will see one team just tighten it up. I feel like these guys are just still going for it. And case in point,
15 all.
Powers just murders that return right into Tyler Fraser's chest.
That sounded solid.
Yeah, I don't know. You mean when he hit his chest? Yeah, he works out, Fraser. He's got a solid chest. No, he just cracked that thing. And there you go, West making the move, but he turns it against him. What gets? Oh, look at the switching up there at the net. All cuts. They're reading the drives, and then when they move in a direction, they just keep going because that's a smart play, and they volley in the direction they're moving. Wow, what a point. That's a flurry of activity.
50.
He had the opportunity for a cut finisher there. And, of course, when you take them, the contact windows are just smaller. You're going to miss a few.
Yeah, that was just a tiny bit too thin. A little deep on the serve, I think.
30 all.
Yep, definitely long. Fraser pressing. He was going to stay back there, hit a challenging serve, but not even come in. Oh, Powers gets a little
40,
reachy on that forehand, but he did lob down the line, move to the middle. It's a play they were working together. You could see Nunez move to his right. I know that's something they've been talking about. Just didn't execute. God.
So heavy.
Wow. Happy he didn't get hit in the chest? That was just a thunder forehand.
The tough thing is it's really hard to let that go, too. And letting that go, by the way, would be a great play. That ball's going to come back to the service line. It's just hard to lay off.
Well, he was already making a poach move, and I think that was part of it.
Fraser West.
Right.
You know, he's trying to actually see if he can cut off a volley, hold the net with an attacking shot. And once you're in that mindset, your mindset isn't let it go. Your mindset is I'm completing this play.
Untimely lob error there for Nunez. Going to give Fraser West another game point here to get up 6-5.
Yeah, they just got to ham and egg it a little better. It's like there's been just a couple of moments where Powers has missed a couple, and then Nunez has missed a couple.
Fraser West, they lead 6-5, first set.
And they just kind of got to get it in sync, Will. You know, it's like it's just going to these tiny little batches. I mean, the shot making is outrageous. But then you throw in and you finish the game with a lob error and a missed drive, right? So, you know, it's that balance.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that's hard to describe to your most of your rec players, because these guys are doing a lot of things you would probably tell traditional players just to not even attempt to try, for health reasons, number one, but also there's such a risk-reward question, and to be able to execute half the things these guys do is incredibly tough.
And there's a hydroplane. That's our first hydroplane we've seen. Eric West was expecting that ball to hit the ground and bounce up, which is what the spin would normally do, and that ball went right under his paddle. Now, Powers has a different type of serve. Nunez a little more of a top. We're going to see if that continues on, but it's definitely wetter now. As you see at the court, you see more and more steam coming up, but it is like that dark kind of blue. It's real rain out there. Hydroplane's going to be a thing now. But, you know, when that happens, complete change in the game. These guys are still able to carve it.
One of the first side back cutters that we've seen get killed on West side. Not super surprising because he's a great screen player, but kind of interesting because Nunez has that ability. Hasn't really gone to that side back.
Oh, nice dig. Yeah, West going to work on Nunez. These guys are just returning the favor. Like we said, these guys have incredible skill sets, and there was Eric West
30-15.
doing exactly what we've been talking about, just carving the ball. They cannot control the gets. He finally gets a lower one, and he just eats up powers there. Tries to make a block. That's good read there that time from West. See, and to me, that's the water, too.
40-15.
That ball, honestly, when the fuzz goes off and it's mostly off that, sometimes in the rain that's better.
I agree. I would rather play with a completely deflocked ball rather than one that's got half a coat on it.
Nunez Powers, we're tied 6-all, first set, tiebreaker.
All right, we're heading to that tiebreaker now. Eric West to start this off. He's going to hit that cut spinner in there. Tyler Fraser playing a little different service strategy there after
1-0,
Powers came after him a couple of times. And right now it's a little difficult for the players. I'm seeing some balls, the way they're coming in. That ball did bite and sit up. Some balls are kind of moving in a little bit and going through the court a little bit more. It's kind of this in-between zone where you're going to have some doubt.
Yeah, not to mention moving on this is just getting a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, we've already seen Eric West slide like before when it was dry. So he seems to actually have it down. We'll see if everybody else does. All right.
2-0, Fraser West.
Cut overhead, doesn't bite on his racket the way he thinks it's going to. Puts it in the net.
This will be interesting too.
Oh, Fraser. Oh, great read from Powers, too. He held it for a split second.
2-1, Fraser West.
Was a really good drop there from Nunez. Fraser tracks it down. Called out, just misses it wide.
2-all.
It's the right overhead for that shot. Execution.
Yep.
All right, so it looks like, Will, that the rain has caused the women's semifinals tonight to be moved to 8 a.m. tomorrow. We got a host of things going on here in New England and Massachusetts because they'll play that then, which means the finals go after. I'm imagining they might even end up with a situation where, you know, finals of both are going on and everything's going on at the same time. Men's semis, women's semis, because there's also a storm front that's coming in for snow, 2 to 4 inches, possibly 4 to 6.
Oh boy.
In Connecticut area. So a lot of these guys got to get home. So there's going to be kind of a fluid situation here as we get through this. So see how it all works out, because this rain's going to turn into tomorrow. There's another front coming.
Fraser West.
Eric doing a great job with a lot of those backside screen cut overheads. Eric West, that is. I think he got Guillermo just a little bit itchy there. So did see Powers sneak over, rip a forehand that point. That looks a little bit dialed in right now. But West Fraser doing a great job of keeping a foothold in the point when they were at the net there. Critical juncture of this first set.
No, these guys it's a really good match. It's West smart there. He's been struggling with what is Powers' serve going to do off the bounce. Is it going to kick up or move in? So he lets that one go to the screen. And oftentimes it is a good play on that ball. It just Just
was so heavy.
rough ball. Yeah, the action these guys are playing. Yeah, and as we said before, we expect this rain that's here now to stay for the entirety of this match. And as we said, after this we were supposed to have women's semis, but that's going to be tomorrow now at 8 a.m. And I have a sneaking suspicion we're doing women's and men's semis at the same time. And this will be the final match of the night. Every other men's quarter is done.
I think what's getting a little complicated too in the backcourt for these guys is because of how much spin there is.
4-3.
It's hard to
Nunez
know how
powers.
much this thing's going to grab on the court and retain, or versus slide through and retain spin going into the screen. So you're seeing a little bit of uneasiness on some of the. I mean, that was already in question when it was dry out. It's getting a little bit more complicated with the precipitation.
Oh, Powers with a slap shot. Can he? Yeah, but it doesn't work for him. He thought he'd catch West off guard,
4-all.
but instead leads to an offensive volley from West while Nunez is a little out of position. I get it, but tough situation. Great serve. Nothing that they can do with that. Switch at the backcourt here. And Nunez loves that spot there, too, because it's that kind of situation where they bait him into hitting to the side wire, and he's got the lefty attack. Good carves. Nice. Just knifing it with a backhand right at him. The net
5-4.
team
Fraser West.
clearly has a little bit of an advantage now. So I'm wondering if it's the kind of situation where you want to go for more on the return or just keep hanging in there.
Yeah, those are tough questions to answer, and you don't want to be presented with those at 5-4 in a tiebreaker.
No. You know, at this point, you stay the course. These guys are all right where they probably want to be. They just know they have to execute. You see Powers there shuffling his feet on that court. And there's a move. Well done. Taking the one strike, the offensive move. Set point for Fraser West.
Ooh.
Oh! What a volley. And you see West going hard and flat. He is not messing around. I think he's doing that because he knows once this starts, this is trouble. Misses it wide.
Oh, no.
And a shout out from
Game
Fraser and
They
West.
win the first set, 7-6.
Wow.
All right, so first set to Fraser West, and we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by Joho.
At Volley, we build tools to unlock your potential. The new Volley PTI feature breaks down your game like never before. Ever wondered, which partner has impacted my PTI the most? What's our win percentage as the favorite or underdog? Do I perform differently in 2 or 3 set matches? Now, it's all at your fingertips. The PTI tool is free to everyone. Download the Volley app today and level up your game.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
Hey guys, I'm Dan Hansen. I teach paddle at the Sonjin Como, and I'm an engineer as well. Today I'm going to give a tip about the cut overhead. So a lot of people ask me about how to hit the cutter. So the first thing I'll talk about is the grip. So from Continental, I like to move it over just a little bit, almost like an extreme Continental grip. And then for the overhead, I let the ball drop, and I'm coming underneath the ball to get more spin on it. I'm Dan Hansen. I hope you enjoyed that tip of the week. See you on the court.
Want to see how volley can transform training at your club? We've got a great offer for you. Gather 30 of your club friends and you'll get a free 30-day trial of volley. Experience firsthand how volley's trainer can help everyone improve. Increase reps and track your progress, all while training smarter. Don't miss out. Visit getvolley.com and unlock your club's full potential with a 30-day free trial.
Hi, this is Charlotte Sikora, and today I have a tip of the week for you. So guys, too many times when coming in transition, what we tend to see happening is you trying to hit a winner shot or going side screen. Wrong. Transition soft in the middle. At that point, you already have them where you want to, so slow it down and just take over the net and push them back to the baseline. Right. I'm Charlotte Sikora. Hope you enjoyed this tip and see you soon on the paddle court.
All right, welcome back to the APTA Tour. We're here at the Boston Open in Weston, Massachusetts, where Fraser and West have taken the first set 7-6 against Nunez and Powers, our second seed. And it was a great set there. You know, it's kind of just sort of like turned on a dime. You know, Will, what do you think?
Yeah, obviously, as we were talking about earlier, these players have incredible weapons, and one of the things that we were trying to track was blitzes throughout the course of the first set. And interestingly enough, I think we only had one in that first set tiebreaker. I'm assuming the conditions have made it a little bit tougher to make that move. However, it was
huge moment,
Fraser,
right?
Yeah, it was. It was 5-4 in the breaker. Fraser made a move off of West's return, successfully put away the volley to give them a couple set points, and then they finished. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they probably will slow that move down a little bit, but right now it looks like they're testing out other courts too to
they
figure out.
100% are, and I went outside here because I am in Boston. I know you're at home calling this from remotely, but the rain is a real thing now. It's real rain. It's going to be heavy hydroplaning, and they're going to have to figure this thing out. It is not like a light rain. This is like real rain. It's not a drizzle. This court is not going to get dry at all. You see players with towels on their grips, on their paddles. It's a tough situation for the players that they're going to have to play through here. But this match is now a rain match, and you can tell when it starts to get dry, you'll start to see the white spots on the court here that they're at. They checked the other court out to see if it was any better. It really isn't. And if they had to do that, poor Mike Chimsky would have to, you know, go from one chair to another. All right, so Guillermo Nunez to start here in the second set. And Nunez Powers, you know, they all went for it here. Now, rain play is it's part of it. And you said the blitzes may stop, but you can see already Fraser going for super high lobs. And we're going to see more screen drives. Deck drives are going to be harder. So, and we are going to see blitzes because once you can smack a ball flat, one of your better opportunities, it's going to be hard to dip the ball with more spin, but you can sort of smack it at him and then just make a move here and there. And that was just a surprising miss from Nunez on that one.
Yeah, right. You may see a few more off of drives. You'll see a lot fewer off of like the lobs, just because there's going to be an incentive to kind of hit through on some of these overheads here. Oh, looking for it right off.
Well, you know, Fraser misses it. You got to start hitting flatter returns too in this weather. You can't go for more spin. And that time Fraser was going for the blitz. You know, oh my God, it's a bad, tough leave there. And we might be in the situation, although I'm not seeing a break here, but 2 break points here. A break could decide this match. But we'll see. That's wide. All right, so 1-0 and a good start for Fraser West.
1 game to love, second set.
And we'll talk really quickly about
West won the first 7-6.
Pure Hockey, which is a Massachusetts-based company that has grown from a single location into the largest U.S. retailer of hockey equipment with over 85 locations. And visit purehockey.com to enjoy their deep inventory of quality products, low guaranteed, combined with an unmatched return policy. And that was a tough game there. And in this kind of weather, breaks can be hard to come by. Right now, it seems still okay. There's some hydroplaning, but you can see what Fraser is doing here, right? They're letting it drop, and they're pushing down and under. He's covering that one. And they're just trying to make that ball skid along the court. They're adding some different variety. Power's going a little flat forehands. Yep.
15 love.
Yeah, it hasn't reached the critical break point with the hydroplaning, so they still feel secure lobbing a little bit, but it's definitely something you have to be careful with because, yeah, oh, that's a great little shovel down the line by Nunez.
All right, great move. And you notice the moment he gets a ball, he's just coming forward. And if we are using the blitz tracker, it's clearly at this point well in favor of Fraser and West.
Yeah, it's interesting because it hasn't been necessarily bad for Nunez in particular, but they haven't employed it as much. Tyler's been moving up the court quite a bit more than any other player right now.
And one of the great shot there from Nunez.
40-30.
Now Nunez is still, even though he's reigning national champion, he's basically played about a year, maybe a year and a half. Powers has played in some of this rain and played a couple of bad rain matches over his years. I have to think Nunez's rain experience is not as advanced as any of these players, but we'll see if that matters or doesn't matter. And there's West just ripping things. And it frees you up a little to go for more because you feel like, why not? And when you get on a roll, it can really work. Right now, get them jumping and leaning to the side, 2-0.
2 love for second set.
Hard not to drive that ball in these conditions. Any look that you get, although again, it doesn't look like it's that severe yet, but it's getting severe enough where they're going to be considering driving balls that probably otherwise wouldn't.
Yeah, West is he's like that ball ate him up.
15 love.
Swallowed him long and low into the body. And not only that, you get the fog effect, which is awesome for your skin, and you might have like a really nice spot effect. But there is some obscurity, and you can see West. He's just hammering. He's like, I got it. I'm hitting it. I don't want that ball hydroplaning into me. And
30 love.
In some ways, he might be right. And they're playing with house money with the break at this point. When you get a break in the rain, that's going to be tough. Nice.
That's great tracking by Tyler Fraser there. That's very tough to do.
Oh, that's a mistake. It's a mistake because you cannot raise the ball above the net, which you want to do,
15.
and you're not going to actually get the same cutback in the rain as you would. You would just want to punch that low. You don't want the ball to raise up. It's the only moment he's going to get an actual winning ball there.
But it looked cool.
Yes, Will. You know what? I stand corrected. Thank you. Yes. You are 100%. And there's a hydroplaning ball well dug out by West. And here's the blitz again.
Yeah.
And that is these guys are just reacting to this scenario
30 all.
really well, West and Fraser. All right, break point here. If they get this, I have to think this is kind of a must hold. I don't see it.
In wet conditions, everyone is a must hold, in my opinion. It is very hard to break.
Yeah, but 2 breaks. This would be 2 breaks.
Nice shot.
No, West is he's doing the right stuff, and he's not only that, he's teeing these things up. It looked like Powers was getting ready to play it. Slow played it with the out call. I like that. Little mind games.
Yeah, get their hopes up.
Right, exactly. That ball's in. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I just ate him up with a
Beautiful.
hard slicer
Vintage
into the
Nunez
corner.
Powers.
And the ball speeds up when it hits the ground. Frequently, the ball will check, and that's what we mean by hydroplaning. And what's happening really is the action of the ball and the flocking of the ball. You know, it skids along the court. It doesn't bite into it.
Yeah, and the effect, of course, off the screens is it has more spin entering the screens as well. So any bit of that underspin is actually retained, and that makes it, keeps it much lower off the screen. Very tough to deal with. Look at that guy. Unbelievable.
Game Nunez Powers. Fraser West lead 2-1, second set.
Yeah, that was a big
Fraser
hold
West won
there.
the first 7-6.
All right, and one of our other great sponsors, Labor. And Labor is a Boston-based, outcome-focused technology consultancy with a boutique approach, people-powered, technology-enabled. Visit labor, labur.com to learn more about services, capabilities, and people.
Fraser to serve here, up
Yeah.
2-1.
Up 2-1. That was a must-hold for those guys. Way to pull it out. I think 2 breaks is something you can maybe. See, that ball's still coming up enough. Ooh, he went for a slippery
15
drive down the line. Probably would have been a winner, but a little wide. And this rain pretty much started in the tiebreaker, was it?
Yeah, right at the end of the first set.
Yeah. Yeah, these are good. Nice. Power's going to hit that. Yeah, he's going to hit as much as he can, I think. All right, gets him reaching. He's kind of backing away. He didn't get flushed in it the way he normally does.
The other thing in these rainy conditions that incentivizes driving is that ball gets a little bit heavier off your paddle. If you mishit that, it's harder to control. You might get a couple of those kind of balls to flub off the paddle like you just saw there from West.
Yeah, that's a great point, Will. You don't really, it's not pleasant to get the flub.
No.
Nobody wants it.
That's the technical term, I think.
No, I know. And you don't want to get too advanced for our listeners, but that is the technical term. Blitz play there from Powers, beautifully done.
15-30.
Powers. Good blitz. Looks like we've got Morgan McNerney awaiting the winner of this match. They defeated Humphreys Osis Koenig in the
30-all.
quarters, 7-5, 6-2. And then on the other half, we had Regalado Salazar through over Gregorovich and Stojic, and Durant Mitchell facing them on the other half after defeating.
Oh, look at that. He'll take it.
40-30.
He mishit that off the top of his paddle, and it just completely flummoxed those guys. They thought it was coming forward. It just died right there in the service box. Game point here. All right, I love Fraser hitting challenging serves. Powers letting that one go in. Smartly done. Easy screen drive, actually. Fraser maybe wanted to, chop it a little lower and through there. You don't want the ball to bounce up as much. You can make it stay low out here. So anytime you have to pop it up, it's not what you're trying to do. He's going to hit it. Nope. Surprise.
And
Fraser
one of the
actually-
tools. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. Oh, Powers
Ooh.
misses that one. No, go ahead, Will.
Game Fraser
One
West.
of the
They
tools
lead
that
3-1, second set.
one of the tools that you don't typically see being used quite as much in wet conditions, although none of these guys seem to use a whole lot of it this match, is the roller, because you will not get that ball to skid. It does stay low, but it doesn't really get that skid effect. Haven't really seen them use that a whole lot, even in the beginning parts of this match, mostly cutters.
I'm wondering now, as we talk about sort of newer players, and of course, you know, our #1 team in the country right now, Salazar and Regalado. You know, I wonder how much they've played in the rain, actually. You know,
Good
and
question.
they got through their match today before the rains came. So that's one way to deal with it. You know, just get off the court in time. And unfortunately, this whole situation here is just a function of scheduling and luck of the draw, in a sense. Meaning, these guys are scheduled this court. Every other men's quarter went out at a certain time. And these guys had to wait for that really long women's quarterfinal match, you know, between Nika Nicolescu and Elliott and Burrish. So these guys now have to play in the rain. Nobody else did. Everybody else was pretty much finished before this happened. And it's just like a quirky thing, you know. See, that's the ball that I don't think has this great effect today. The one where you're trying to cut it and land it short. You know, you want to drive this thing down low through, aim more for snowboards, crossbars on the bottom. All right, good point there though. West trying to pull the trigger. West is hitting that.
Ooh,
the slide. That one was his best opportunity for the around the post. Well, he had that one.
That's great hands by Nunez, though.
Yeah, they do such a good job of softening their hands and squeezing so they can go from offensive volleys to drop volleys, and it's really impossible to see. Oh, catches him there. Just lays it into his forehand that time. Doesn't actually hit anything offensive, and West takes advantage. They got a few points to work with here. Yeah, Fraser is the guy who's most comfortable lobbing out here. He's been going, he knows he's setting his paddle really low, and he is high with his lobs.
But he has the, I think of the four players, he has the best disguise on his little.
You know, it's a move.
Game Nunez Powers. Fraser West lead 3 games to 2.
But yeah, Tyler Fraser has
West
incredible
won the
hands.
first 7-6.
Very deft. Quick read here. Corient is excited to partner with the APTA because whether as advisors to our members or as members themselves, they're already part of the APTA community. Learn more at www.corient.com, the official well sponsor of the APTA. Yeah, I think it's interesting. You know, Tyler's got that ability, as you saw there, to take the paddle out of everybody's hands, but I do think the other thing he does incredibly well is disguise his lobs. It's very tough. He can kind of hit that probing drive at you, and in the same token, hold it just long enough to pull you in and lob over your head.
Yeah, it was deep. Yep.
All right, big shot there from Nunez. Yep, Powers and Nunez were able to get to sort of 15-30 on that last game. Just hard because you can't count on taking a drive every time, so you got to take your chances and hope for a mistake from the team, like hope West makes a fault, and then you got to capitalize.
30-15. 40-15.
I'll be here.
Oh, good shot there. He slap shots it up a little high.
40-30.
And you got to take that kind of risk. I actually thought that was a really smart play. He's got a continental grip. You can't tell if he's going to push a lob, and he slaps it right up into his chest. And there's a big return from Powers.
Going high on Tyler Fraser is mandatory if you're going to be driving at him.
Yeah, because he sets his hands so well in a space. And yeah, and their hands are so good to begin with. I will say, if there's a moment here, the court is still completely wet, but this ball looks like it's raining a little less out there. Oh, just missed it long. He held it beautifully.
Advantage Fraser West.
Had Tyler Fraser leaning in. He just tried to make it too good. All right, can Powers come up with another big return? I should have said, can West get that serve in the rain? But deuce again.
Advantage Fraser West.
Yeah, the hit and miss is going to become just more common now as the weather takes effect. Oh, Powers with the move. Great cover there from Nunez. And they just missed 2 lobs and a drive after getting it to
4
deuce.
games to 2, second set.
Yeah, it's a little hangdog there. Set to miss that lob long.
So interesting, in this set so far, Nunez hasn't, I don't think, attempted to blitz, although Powers has gotten a couple himself. Here's another one by Tyler. Tyler has done it several times, actually 7 or 8 attempts here.
Yeah, there's the pressure move, and you see Powers goes for the hard ball at Fraser, and he misses him, but he pushes it long. Yeah, and the blitz play in this particular time is great, and you see it's one-dimensional for these guys. It's pretty much Fraser blitzing and West looking to set up the blitz with his drive. Although Fraser will self-blitz as well, actually, so. That's going to be a tough one. Great block. Right at the crease. Good.
It's the Tyler fighting to get some height on these, make it a little tougher to kill.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with it, actually.
Yep.
He's
absolutely
had good success. Yeah, you know, this set just happened. That first game, they came out here, and it happened in like a lightning heartbeat.
15-all.
And all of a sudden, Nunez and Powers were down 1 love. It's almost like they were like, what happened? All right, we got back out here. They ripped a few drives. We missed a call. We hit 1 loose ball. And now, in these conditions, this is like really fighting uphill. Oh, that's going to do it.
Yeah.
And he's apologizing, but, and you know, as a courtesy, because he's a gentleman and he's a great guy, Eric West. But what a shot. Did exactly the right thing, power it through the body. Wonderful.
I think I would kind of like to see if the ball keeps bouncing relatively well, Nunez Powers take a few more of these over to Tyler's side to just kind of pin him more. But because I think anytime Eric's getting his hands on these drives, he's doing what you need to do in these wet conditions and putting a heavy ball on them immediately. I think it'll be harder for Fraser to do that same thing.
Look, it's not match point, but I'm going to consider this a mini match point here. They had to get this break, Fraser Weston, up 2 breaks here in this rain set, although it does look like the rain's lessened a bit here. Yeah, and I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, but like just go into ISO here for a second.
Yeah, he sees a ball, he's hitting it, and he's making a difference.
Yeah. Yep. Nice
That'll
cut.
work. What a get! Yes, that's it from Powers. Great shot. He did a great job
Score
waiting
is
on that
deuce.
other ball, let it bounce up. He gets the down up extra cutter, and I was amazed actually just to see Fraser dig that one out.
Yeah, and West got 2 swings for the price of 1.
Yeah. Does that cost any more? No, it's for the price of 1. There you go. You just said it. Sorry. Like a bonus plan. Now, Will, I've known you to play many creative shots in your career, and at one time you were ranked as high as, like, I believe 4 in the country, you and Adam Morgan. So
That's generous. We were inside the top 10, but 4 sounds good.
I'm giving it to you. And there's no one here to refute me. So, you know, at one time, have you ever pulled like any of these kind of mixed direction shots where you swung at a ball off the screen, missed it on purpose, but then took it off the screen after?
Intentionally or not?
Intentionally.
Advantage Fraser West.
Maybe once or twice.
Maybe once or twice. Right. I'm talking to the right guy. All right, Fraser West. Being able to take the net again. Again, mini match point. Yeah, that's such good volleying. I mean, but they're kind of playing with fire. This is the ball
you
want
don't
to
want to
attack
have to do that. You don't want to have to do that right now.
Right, and I think, you know, in a weird way, it's sort of like that stuff that Nunez is doing. He's almost baiting him to drive. You do not want to do that right now, right?
That could be, as you were saying, maybe the difference. Although I'm kind of surprised Powers hasn't directed him away from more of that, because I would personally be going a lot more to Tyler Fraser's side, and even though that's in some other way kind of poking the bear.
Yep, nicely played. Now these guys are just doing a really good job digging. Oh, look at this! And here's where they just had more success. A great job from Fraser and West, weathering the storm. Yeah, no, it's still raining really hard out there.
Game Fraser West. They lead 5 games to 2. Second set. Fraser won the first set 7-6.
Okay, well, Aureus Asset Management. And this year, Aureus Asset Management proudly celebrates 20 years as a trusted wealth manager. And for 2 decades, we've delivered investment management and financial planning to individuals, families, and charitable organizations. Our investment approach is all about you, customizing asset allocation to meet your unique needs and implementing it with distinctive combination of traditional and alternative strategies. All right, so we got Tyler Fraser to serve it out, 5-2, and they've just played a great match. You know, that first set could have gone either way. You know, it was just right in the balance. And a huge blitz play, you know, for Tyler Fraser, very impactful in that set. And this one, they just played better in the rain. You know, it's as simple as that. West has been just crushing drives any chance he gets,
love.
and he's been able to create opportunities for his team.
Very disruptive.
Yeah, it's a tough scenario, though, for these guys. Even Fraser and West, they don't want to play in the rain. You know, and you can see it's actually raining hard out there. And you wouldn't know it because our production crew is so good that they protected these cameras from any droplets of rain, moisture whatsoever. You know, Jake, kudos. He's standing me right next to me. He's all masked up. Yeah, but he's a star. All right, so triple match point here for Fraser and West. Oh, that's a big shot there, and again, sliding into it. And West has been driving from any position. He's going to hit this too. And he's just teeing them off. Fraser again with the blitz. And Powers and Nunez get him that time. Nunez with the finisher.
40-15.
Great shot.
So 15 attempts from Tyler on blitzes since we started tracking in the middle of the first.
Oh, that's going to, oh, what a get from Powers. Westwood's deciding if it's in or out. Makes the last
40-30.
section decision. All right, so 2 match points saved.
That's
a great get.
What a get from Nunez.
Yeah, hit from Powers there. Good shot. Oh, that's a ball. Beautifully done. And they've just been a little stronger in that backcourt, West and Fraser, in this rainy weather.
I really attribute a lot of that to. So you see a little miss there from Fraser. Again, can't blame these guys for going for the drive, but Eric West has been great off the ground in these kind of tough, rainy conditions.
And it actually freed him up to do so, oddly, and it worked well. All right, so we had a call out, and then Fraser was, that was good. And he's looking for a mark, but either way, confirmed by the umpire. And they are from 40 love down, Nunez and Powers, to a break point. Kudos to them playing, battling hard in these tough conditions. Great serve. Fraser putting in an uber challenging serve in there. Wisely not driven, I don't think. Powers. Oh. All right, huge moment averted.
Nunez Powers, Fraser West lead 5-3, second set.
Good enough lobbing there to keep himself just out of trouble and found the right ball to drive.
All right, first serve long. Love 15, but what a job. You make a 40 love comeback there in that game. Come these guys, I'd let it almost sink in for a second. They went right up there to serve again. To me, I would have been like, let's take a second here. Let's enjoy this moment. We just took a love 40 game in the rain, and now they're down love 30.
Love 30.
Take a half a second.
Tyler Fraser's lob right now has been excellent in kind of handcuffing Nunez. Powers finally got a little something to work with there.
Yeah, but they're doing a really, really good job. That's right on the line. I'm not sure I wouldn't just like take balls, let them drop more like below the shoulder and sort of hit more of like a punching chop than these balls over the top of the head around the outside of the ball.
They're getting just enough over the top of the ball to keep that ball up, which,
All right, so can they do
it
have
to
again?
do it again.
40.
Powers and Nunez from Love 40 down. Triple match point again. First, it starts with getting 3 serves in, and then switch the net. See what they can do. They did it once before. That's well called there. Fraser just continuing to instruct West. These balls are going to go right back at him. He knows it. They know it. Playing it well. There's one down.
But yeah, that's the shot you're looking for. Just letting it drop right below your head level and getting underneath it rather than over the top.
That's right. There's 2.
30-40.
And Fraser has been just completely nonplussed by any of this. He's a real veteran. You know, he still looks like a young guy, but he's been on the tour and one of the best players on it for 10 years now. I don't know if it's a full 10, but it's a while. And, yeah, it's great to see. And he's acting like a real veteran out there. Calm, cool, collected. It's like he has Aquavelva cologne on or something.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and that's how it ends. He tries to spin the roller. It's
Fraser West, 7-6, 6-3.
All right, Mike Chimsey just says it right there, 7-6, 6-3. First set could have gone either way. Will, any thoughts on our matches tomorrow, our match today?
Yeah, I mean, well, this one obviously incredible. The tools were on full display early in the match, and that's something I'd love to see this match run back in, you know, kind of obviously less wet conditions, but closer to ideal for sure, and see how that plays out over a longer course of time without the rain. I think you said it right. Tyler Fraser, very composed during the wet portion of that match. I actually thought Eric West did an incredible job off the ground there too, so kudos to him. You know, took a lot of heavy drives, made it tougher for Nunez and Powers to take advantage of the net there, and well-played match from Fraser West for sure.
Yeah, terrific job by those guys, and they move on to the semifinals. And who do they have tomorrow?
They got McNerney Morgan in the bottom half of the bracket. Top half of the bracket is Salazar Regalado against Durant Mitchell.
So amazing matches tomorrow, and that'll conclude our coverage for today, actually. Women's, because of the weather, women's semifinals is going on tomorrow. Men's semifinals is going on tomorrow, and it's going to hit early. So set your clock, set your alarm. We got 8 a.m. semifinals going on tomorrow here at the Boston Open. And that'll be a wrap for today. Everybody have a great evening. Stay dry, everyone. And we'll see you all tomorrow at 8 a.m. here at the Boston Open for a women's and men's semifinal. Will, that was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Brad. We'll catch you guys on the stream tomorrow bright and early.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
At Volley, we build tools to unlock your potential. The new Volley PTI feature breaks down your game like never before. Ever wondered, which partner has impacted my PTI the most? What's our win percentage as the favorite or underdog? Do I perform differently in 2 or 3 set matches? Now, it's all at your fingertips. The PTI tool is free to everyone. Download the Volley app today and level up your game. We'll see you on the court.
Hi guys, Charlotte Sikora here, originally from France, been living in Philadelphia for many years. started playing tennis when I was 5 years old, and then at the age of 18, I moved to the US, starting playing paddle because I was teaching in a club who wanted me to teach paddle, and I had no idea what the heck that sport was. So I asked them to show me how to play it, and then I got hooked and I started competing, fell in love with the game, and here we are today. Tennis is still my first love, but paddle pushes us to be mentally really tough and patient. I absolutely love playing with my partner Alison. We met during a paddle camp that we were teaching. We were each looking for a partner, and we've grown to be very close, and I love how we are constantly encouraging each other and growing as a team and getting better. I am very fortunate to be with her.
What's your strength as a paddle player?
I think my strength is me, my car, how big I am. My favorite food is chocolat, for sure.
What song have you had on repeat this week?
I'm not much of a song girl. I am a podcast girl, I'm a video, YouTube girl, but not so much songs. I feel like I'm such an open book. All the fun people know what's fun about me. I'm Charlotte Sikora, and this is the APTA Tour.